We are here with Mr. Las Vegas himself, Wayne Newton, an honor. Welcome to the Music Universe.
Oh, thank you very much.
I'm very rarely starstruck like I am right now. The history contained in that brain of yours. And just that, I don't think we even scratched the surface of 1% tonight. How do you decide what stories to tell on stage during your close-up and personal?
It's really difficult because a lot depends on the questions we ask and people's reaction to those questions. Mm-hmm. We've got probably 4 times as many personal films and all of that we could work into, a show if that was the possibility. But these turned out to be the usual ones that most people want to know about. So that's why I wrote that show.
It was really wonderful. We saw so many of your friends from so many different genres of music on that stage. What did you listen to growing up?
I started in country music. Well, actually, I started in religious music by going to church and singing with my mother. Then we started with country music. When I went to Arizona, it was more little Western-ish music. Mm-hmm. Then when I came up here at 15, people had to be 21 to even get in the lounge. So we were moved into the rock and roll era and had a chance to rehearse it every night, 6 times a week. 6 nights, 6 times a night.
Yeah. And that actually is one of the things I want to talk to you about. What I love about the era of Vegas that you came up in is you talk about going to the auditions and then this person saw you and the career continued that way. You think Vegas now or entertainment towns now, it's possible to get seen by the big wigs like you got seen so quickly, or has it changed?
It's changed completely, and it's one of the things that really bothers me because the younger acts coming on, when I was coming up in that era of the 50s and 60s and 70s and 80s, people would think about the performers being, working against each other and trying to have that kind of competition. It wasn't true. We all became friends because we were working the same hours. Mm-hmm. And so that's where I think if there is a misnomer, it's there.
Yeah.
Because those people taught me the truth about show business, and that is that you don't sing from here and here, you sing from here.
That's really wonderful. That is really wonderful. I have to ask about this moment in the show where, and by the way, of all the entertainers who do clips in their show, and I'm not blowing smoke, Wayne Newton does them the best, because there's this moment where after you show a clip, there's that steel guitar, and the gasps from the audience were just incredible. Is that the original?
Yes, it is.
Wow.
Yes, it is. That's why it's so scarred up. And I've had many people say, we could redo that. I said, no. That guitar has been to so many places and done so many shows. It deserves what it has there.
Yes. Speaking of instruments, how did you, as someone who doesn't read music but plays by ear, how did you learn? How did you pick it up and learn?
I started on steel guitar with a teacher. And at the end of the lesson, $5 a lesson, I'll never forget it. And at the end of the lesson, he would play for me what he wanted me to play when I came back. So I'd go home and I'd mess around with the seal and do all I wanted to do. And then I'd go back and play it for him the way he played it for me, right? It took him a year to realize I was not reading music, and that I was simply doing it the way he did it. And so the ears have always been my go-to.
Yeah. I want to ask you about the newest event venue in Las Vegas, because you are somebody who watched entertainment evolve in this town. When you look at that sphere and you see sort of the culmination of entertainment encapsulated in that, what goes through your mind as somebody who was here for all of it?
It's wonderful because so many times, so much of the performances come into town for 2 weeks and they go their way. and then come back. Now with the people realizing that you can stay here, you don't have to leave, as I did, it's wonderful because we're getting acts now that wouldn't play Vegas before.
Yeah.
A lot of the rock groups and those kinds of wonderful, talented people would not come here because they didn't like the image.
Right.
So the town has changed in that aspect of it. Now we've got television shows emanating from here and so on and so forth. But it's wonderful because it's bringing a lot of incredible talent to our city.
And my last question, I know you probably get asked this a lot. I'm not going to ask you if you've considered retirement because I think the answer on stage is obvious. But the question is, what keeps you going? What keeps you putting on the tux, doing a classy show like just doesn't exist anymore in Vegas, and keeps you saying, I'm going to go out there for the people?
I must tell you that I get letters daily from people who see the show here. When we go on the road, people who come to those performances, and they invariably say things like, you put such a smile on my face. And to see people's happiness and that little bit of joy that you can bring them gives me the reason to wake up every day.
I love it. Wayne Newton, an honor to speak
Thank
with you,
you.
sir. Thank you.
To be continued.
Please come back, and please come back for longer. I
It's
would
a
love
deal.
to have you.
It's a deal.
Thank you.